All right. So, where'd my clicker go? So, besides growing up in a family of hoarders, I also had my parents divorce when I was 2 years old. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of chaos, and so the organization was my way to control my life, right? It was the only, I had this much space, and that was the only thing that I knew that everything was going to be okay in that space always. And so this is one of the reasons why I got into doing what I do, because it's so difficult for us in life for whatever reason, whether it's death, divorce, all of the life things that happen to us when we're growing up. We can't control a lot of life. So if we can control our surroundings, and if I can help people do a better job of that, we can totally change the world. And that's my goal in life. So I'm going to tell you a few things of how do we let go of our stuff while still cherishing the memories. Because I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we don't let go of things, right? We have all of these wonderful memories that we hold on to in the things that we keep. And it's so difficult to let go of them because, well, somebody gave this to me and I don't want to hurt their feelings, or, it was my great-grandmother's and she would be so disappointed to know that I let go of it, or, my children are going to want this memory someday. Newsflash, they don't. They don't. So, in my opinion, there are only 3 reasons you should keep anything in your life. It needs to bring you joy, it needs to enrich your life in some way, or it needs to have a specific and immediate purpose. Now, this one has 2 very solid points to it. It can't have one or the other. It has to have both. So what is joy? Can anybody remember a time in your life when you were just filled with joy? Sure, I'd love to hear it. Anybody? Come on! You have to have joyful moments in your life.
Sunshine makes me joyful.
I love it. Thank you. The sunshine makes you joyful. What about when you had your first child?
Grandkids.
Or maybe your first ride in the car alone? I remember that was a super joyful moment for me. Not getting the speeding ticket a week later, but How about a love letter in the mail? How few and far between do we get mail that actually has purpose and happiness behind it, besides all those bills and junk mail? Have you gotten a real letter from somebody in the mail lately? I know it. I'm like, oh, somebody took the time to write out my name. That's awesome. Little things. We can get joy out of a lot of things in life. And it's perfectly okay to keep those things that light up your life and put a smile on your face. Whether it's a shirt you've had for 20 years and you just can't let go of, or, that couch that you just sink into and it feels so amazing. It's probably a little ratty and has some cat scratches or something, but you love it and it just makes your day better. Enrich your life. So this is the things that make your life better, whether in a practical way, so, your dishwasher, because who wants to spend all day washing dishes or doing laundry by hand? Come on. Washing machines, they enrich your life. I love my washing machine. To the books that you have on your shelf, have you read them? Do you go back to them? Do you constantly get that lesson? I have a book called The Giver. And I read that at least every other year, almost every single year. And there's just always something about it that it makes you think about life differently. Because it's all about how this boy grew up in a community that's all black and white and everybody has set jobs and you don't really get a creative sense. You don't get to make your own choices. You don't get to live your own life. And then he gets glimpses of what it's like to have all of these things, color and smell and choice. And so it constantly reminds me, we do have a choice, right? Life is our choice, and we get to make those choices every single day. So are you choosing to live in a house that's overpacked with things that you don't care about, that don't bring you joy, that don't make your life better? Or are you going to make the choice to start letting go? I'm going to really try not to break out into Frozen Let It Go song today. So if I do, I apologize in advance.
I'll go on.
It might happen. And then the purpose, right? I say it has to be specific and immediate because we all have those things that we're like, well, I can totally use this sometime. I can totally, I could use this right now for something. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm sure I'll find a use for it, right? And we all have those things that we hold on to. So it's like, well, this ribbon is super pretty. I'll reuse it. And you have a bag of ribbon somewhere, but you go buy new ribbon every time you want to wrap a present. Like we really need to consider these things that we're doing. We all have these things that we stash away with good